This is the news on PBCJ. I am Simone Absalom. The Firearm Licensing Authority, FLA, is reporting that monthly applications for firearms have declined drastically. Shane Dalling, Chief Executive Officer of the FLA, said this coincided with efforts to rid the authority of corrupt practices. Previously, it would receive more than 600 applications monthly. However, the authority is now at an average 300. He said the applications have lessened because the FLA's systems are more robust. Dr. Floyd Morris, Jamaican Senator and Director of the University of the West Indies Center for Disability Studies, has been appointed CARICOM's Special Rapporteur on Disability. CARICOM made the announcement on Monday. In a statement, the Guyana-based CARICOM Secretariat said the Council for Human and Social Development last month endorsed the recommendation that Senator Morris be appointed to the position and urged ministries of health to facilitate the Special Rapporteur in the conduct of his duties. Senator Morris, who holds a doctorate in government with special focus on political communication, has done extensive research on persons with disabilities in Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. He led the negotiations for Jamaica and the United Nations on the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities from 2002 to 2006, and eventually signed and ratified the convention in 2007. Enabling Jamaica to be the first country in the world to do so. Government Senator Carencia Morrison is calling for a campaign to educate the nation's youth about unsafe sex and the risk of sexually transmitted infections. Morrison made the call during her opening presentation of the State of the Nation debate in the Senate last Friday.
We need to talk to our children about sex. If we cannot do it, then we should find a counselor who can. We are aware of the videos that emerge from time to time with school children having sex. And this is bound to have devastating repercussions, not only on the value system, but also on the health of our country. Let us talk to our children about HIV and other sexually transmitted infections.
She stressed that parents and caregivers need to talk to their children about sex, advising that if they are unable to do it themselves, then they should find a counselor who can. Morrison believes it's important to have this conversation with the youth, as many may be having unprotected sex and appear to be more concerned about not getting pregnant than they are concerned about contracting STIs.
HIV has gone nowhere. Go and do the research, and we should encourage them too. With a young generation, many of whose behavior is of grave concern, we need to address this issue so that we do not have an epidemic on our hands. Many of our young people may be having unprotected sex and appear to be more concerned about not getting pregnant than they are concerned about STIs. Emergency contraceptive does not guard against STIs, and we need to embark on an aggressive campaign to educate our youths.
The US dollar ended trading yesterday at Jamaican $128.93, down by 39 cents. That's according to the Bank of Jamaica's daily foreign exchange trading summary. The Canadian dollar ended trading at $100.21, up from $98.22, and the pound sterling ended trading at $166.12, up from $165.80. In regional news, construction of a partially built new airport for Mexico City is to be halted after it was rejected in a referendum. President-elect Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, who takes office in December, said money would be used instead to improve existing facilities. He has been a strong critic of the project, which he says is bad for the environment and tainted by corruption. The referendum was one of Mr. Lopez Obrador's campaign promises. About 1 million people took part in the vote over 4 days, about 1% of the electorate, and critics have alleged cases of people casting multiple ballots. The estimated cost of the new airport at Texcoco, northeast of the capital, has been put at more than £10 billion. In sports, the Jamaica Football Federation, the JFF, has expressed its sincerest condolences to the players, administrators, coaches and fans and all well-wishers associated with the English Premier League club Leicester City following the tragic death of its owner, Vichai Srivadhanaprabha. The 60-year-old entrepreneur, along with 4 others, died when his helicopter plummeted into a car park outside the King Power Stadium shortly after his side's 1-1 draw with West Ham on Saturday. The JFF said the Jamaican people and football fans became emotionally attached to Leicester City as Reggae Boys Wes Morgan captained the team to historic championship title back in 2016. President of the JFF, Michael Ricketts, expressed, quote, "We admired from a distance what seemed to be a calm, very involved and warm individual who invested heavily in the club. We extend special condolences to Wes, who must have been close to the owner as the captain in that historic year." End quote. And that's the news. Thanks so much for making it PBCJ. Remember, we are the People's Station.